might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Friday, December 1st, 2023. We are in December, last month of the year. 31 days to go until 2024. Who am I? I am Tech Coach Ralph, and we are engineered to win. This is the Koffee and Kata morning show, where we review some news stories and then we get into some coding challenges. Today, we are going to continue with our learning how to get branch. We've been going through that on Fridays, so it is going to be amazing. But before we get into that, I want to say thank you to everyone who tuned in last night to the Amazon Q exploration, where we were looking at the new Amazon chatbot for businesses, working on integrating it. I still have it, it's still indexing my website right now, and I'm still trying to connect it to Slack. So we might do some more sessions on that to get it to work so we can continue to sample it out. But it is what it is. We have the bug bite coming out at noon today. And then on Sunday, we're going live to continue with our trek through Terraform. So just wanted to get those announcements out of the way. And I will touch on Amazon Q a little bit more, but let's go through our news story. So let's get our timer up. And let's go for 5 minutes. And I am going to transition to our first story. So start the timer. All right. So in case you haven't heard, Tesla's Cybertruck has finally been released. Oh, wait. Let me get my soundboard up and running. So Tesla's Cybertruck has finally been released. Let me lower the volume for you for this morning. All right. So 2 years behind schedule and nearly 2 million pre-orders later, Tesla's Cybertruck has finally gone out to a handful of customers. CEO Elon Musk personally handed over the first order to some new owners Thursday, including Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian, and in a live-streamed event at Tesla's Austin headquarters. The vehicle has already won both praise for its unusual design and criticism over its production and profitability. Even Musk has admitted it is insanely difficult to make. The lowest priced model will not be available until 2025, with a starting price of $60,000, 50% higher than what was stated when the Cybertruck was first announced. So if it's 50% higher, that would mean that they were estimating to selling it at like 45,000. Is that what I'm understanding? Interesting. All right. Tesla is trying to break into the pickup truck sector, which has been dominated by a handful of companies such as Ford and General Motors, with a few beloved designs. Some auto analysts wonder whether the Cybertruck will be able to compete on hauling and towing tasks, pick up customers' value. So that's going to be interesting. And I remember it was like last year's Super Bowl, they announced that they were making some EVs for what do you call it? Like the F-150 and the GMC Sierra. So I was pretty anxious to see those come out. So we'll see how that looks when those come out. And Tesla, I mean, this doesn't look like a pickup truck, to be honest. I don't see the back of it, but I don't know if there's any additional pictures. Well, let's see. Anything. Let's take a quick look at this. Right, it's on Bloomberg. I mean, it kind of reminds me, not the same shape and stuff, but it kind of reminds me of the Hummer, to be honest with you, right? I don't see any other pictures, but oh, look at that. They already have Tesla wraps. Anyways, let's move on.
Cheapest Tesla Cybertruck will be priced at $61,000.
$990 and $950,000.
Tesla Cybertruck will be priced.
Let's move on. All right, so let's close that out. So Meta sues FTC over its privacy push. Facebook and Instagram parent Meta has sued the Federal Trade Commission, challenging the agency's intensified privacy crackdown. The move comes after a federal judge ruled the FTC could update the historic $5 billion privacy settlement it brokered with Meta in 2020. The potential changes could include limiting user data profits from those under the age of 18. This is Meta's second effort to block proposed FTC changes, Bloomberg notes. The social media giant responded by saying it has spent billions on a rigorous privacy system, which rivals such as TikTok have gone unchecked by comparison. Well, when you are a U.S. company, sometimes you're under the threat of the U.S. government, right? So we shall see how that pans out. I mean, the part that sucks is that, like, you have an agreement, right? And now some judge rules that you can just arbitrarily update the agreement to something else, which, I mean, if it went through a process and a trial to get there, then you shouldn't just be able to arbitrarily update it. All right, let's move on. So now, when all you can eat deals backfire. No. All right, let's see. Restaurateurs may want to beware the all you can eat deal. Seafood chain Red Lobster ended the third quarter $11 million in the red, partly as a result of making its $20 ultimate endless shrimp promotion available daily. Red Lobster has offered the shrimp deal seasonally on Mondays for 18 years, but hoped wider availability would lure more customers to its 670 restaurants during the slower fall and winter season. There was a 4% bump in traffic from a year earlier, but it wasn't enough to offset the higher than expected numbers of diners who had their fill of shrimp, the company said. The endless shrimp dish has since been repriced to $25, but the chain is nonetheless expecting to report $20 million in losses for 2023. Well, if you are offering free shrimp, which shrimp is already expensive, right? And then I'm not going to say it, but the type of customers that you might attract for those free deals, right? They're going to come and they're going to stay there for like 2-3 hours, and they're going to eat like they're not going to eat all day. And then they're going to come and they're going to spend $20 and they're going to get as many shrimp as they want. They're going to get the shrimp scampi, they're going to get the fried shrimp, they're going to get the coconut shrimp, they're going to get maybe some shrimp and pasta. Like, you name the shrimp, they're going to have it. And then you are going to be saying we lost $10 million selling shrimp for $20 that they ate $40 to $50 worth, right? And guess what? They ordered water. Not even a drink, right? They ordered water. So they're paying $20 for their shrimp, a full meal, like maybe for 3 days worth, and they are ordering water. So now you are expected to lose $20 million. So Red Lobster sounds like they're about to say,
I'm in a bind, Nate.
only Nate can save you. Only Nate can save you. All right. So lastly, we are done with the news, but I wanted to let's take a quick look at how our already signed up. So we're not going to do that because I'm not going to log back in. But as of this morning, when I was working on the trying to index the AWS queue or the Amazon queue with Slack and with for some reason it's taking such a long time to index the website. But I know there's a lot of content on there, but I don't know why it's taking so long. But we'll see. We'll keep waiting for it, see what happens, and we're still trying to connect via Slack. So I'm, working on the configuration, working on the tokens, on the authentication, all of that good stuff. So we shall see what happens. All right. So So in that case, let's get into our project for today. Let me see. Learn, get branching. All right, I got the site up, and we are going to swoop over to our get branching. Oh my. Hold the presses. Good morning, Leanne. How are you doing this wonderful, beautiful morning? It is a beautiful day outside, especially in the lovely state of Florida. Not too hot, not too cold. So beautiful. And how is it going? Like, how is everything that you're working on going? And we have a new person here as well. I don't think I've ever spoken to you before. So shout out to Suki Sigla. Good morning and hi to you as well. Thank you for being here. I hope that I'm adding tremendous value into you. But we are going to continue to, let's see, what time is it? It's 7. No, we can go 30 minutes, can't we? I think we can do 30 minutes. I'll put 25. It's Friday. Let's do 25, right? Where is my 25-minute countdown? Let's get to work. All right, so we are going to add, like, Leanne, I know you want to get into QA and stuff like that. So, and I think you actually want to get into cybersecurity, which is totally fine as well, because whatever you're going to get into, this stuff is totally important. So I highly recommend that you start to practice your Git branching, your coding and stuff like that, right? So what I want to do though, because this was last week that we did this, and honestly, I don't use the relative references often. So I want to do the last part again, and then we will continue to the cherry picking. So although they're going to talk about cherry picking is not the best route to go, right? But we're going to learn it. All right, so reversing changes in Git. There are many ways to reverse changes in Git. And just like committing, reversing changes in Git has a low-level component, staging individual files or chunks, and a high-level component, how the changes are actually reversed. Our application will focus on the latter. There are two primary ways to undo changes in Git. One is using Git reset, and the other is using Git revert. We will look at each of these in the next dialogue. Yeah, so I totally forgot this. All right. Suki said that I be in her or his or in their video, right? And I am happy to hear that. I am happy. I don't know what that means, but I am happy to be speaking to you. So I'm happy that you're here. So let's continue with our Git branching. So so Git reset. So if you are here and you do Git reset, it'll take you to, so if you're on commit number 2, it will take you to commit number 1. All right. So Git revert, if you are, okay, so now I remember. So Git revert is going to make another commit of like C1, but it's going to do it here. All right, so let's do Git, and it's gonna put you here. So it's like reverting C2 to C1 from my understanding. So while resetting works great for local branches on your own machine, its method of rewriting history doesn't work for remote branches that others are using. In order to reverse changes and share those reverse changes with others, we need to use Git revert. Let's see that in action. So when we're here and let's click reset, we click Git revert head. It's going to revert this to this, but it's going to make it a copy of the commit. So, all right. So now let's continue to complete this level. Reverse the most recent changes with both local and pushed. You will revert 2 commits total, 1 per branch. Keep in mind that pushed is the remote branch and local is a local branch. That should help you choose your method, right? So we shall do, we want local to revert to, so let's try get get what's the command again? Let's see. Get reset. We are currently on local. So if we do get reset local, that didn't work. All right, so let me see. Let's see here. Forgot the command. Let's go to. Oh, great. All right, so show go. If we do get revert pushed. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why we do it again. We don't only do it once because we want to get a better understanding. All right, so let's do. Let's do 2 commands again. All right, so let me open this in a new tab. Duplicate. Forgot the commands. Read it, but I forgot. All right. Let's see. They are get reset. That's why they get reset and get revert. All right. So get reset. Oh, okay. So we got to reset it to head and the top level. All right. And then we're going to do, and then the other one is get revert head. So when we do get revert head, it should take you back. Okay. So let's try that. All right. So let's see. Get reset and then head. See, this is why we got to do this over again, right? Because we don't, we gotta remember the syntaxes because this is not worth like Googling all the time. So, but it's not something that we use all the time either, right? So then we're going to do get checkout pushed. And we're going to do get reset. No, revert head. And there we go. But we did it in too many commands. But we figured it out though. All right. Oh, actually, no, we did it in 3. So, okay, cool. So let's move on to cherry picking. Cherry picking. So moving workaround. So far, we've covered the basics of Git, committing, branching, and moving around in the source tree. Just these concepts are enough to leverage 90% of the power of Git repositories and cover the main need of developers. The remaining 10%, however, can be quite useful during complex workflows or when you've gotten into a bind. When you've gotten yourself into a bind. In a bind.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
The next concept we're going to cover is moving work around. In other words, it's a way for developers to say, I want this work here and that work there in precise, eloquent, flexible ways. This may seem like a lot, but it's a simple concept. All right. The first command in this series is called get cherry pick. It takes the following form: get cherry pick commit 1, commit 2, and so forth. It's a very straightforward way of saying that you would like to copy a series of commits below your current your location head, which is head. I personally love cherry pick because there is a very little magic involved. Because there is very little magic involved and it's easy to understand. Let's see a demo. Yep, let's see a demo because I've heard that doing cherry picking is not the best practice. So let's take a look. Here's a repository where we have some work in a branch side right here. All right. That we want to copy to main. So we want to copy the work here to here, right? This could be accomplished through a rebase, which we have already learned. But let's see how cherry pick performs, right? So get cherry pick C2, C4. So in the branch side, we want to copy to main. In the branch side, we want to copy to main. This could be accomplished through a rebase, right? So let's see how this works, right? So C2, C4. So C2, C4, it's going to, so it puts, it's kind of like the reset, but instead of resetting, it takes C2 first and it drops it on top of C5, which it was main, and then it takes C4 and drops it on top of C2, which is on top of C5, which was main. All right. So to complete this level, simply copy some work from the 3 branches shown into main. You can see which commits we want by looking at the goal visualization. All right, let's try it out. So goal visualization, only the main branch will be checked in this level. The other branches are simply for reference, shown as dash labels below. As always, you can hide this dialog with hide goal. All right, so we want bug fix, side, and another to be cherry picked into the main branch. All right, and you know what? At some point, we are going to go head on into a Git course, so we can, because we're learning the basics right here. But I think that if we go actually through a course, we will learn a lot more. Which maybe in the morning times, we can do our Git course. So we'll see. I'll figure that out. But I think that's a good idea to learn Git together in the morning, because that is something that you're going to be using on a regular basis. All right. So first things first, let's do Git cherry pick, and we're going to say, I'm gonna try bug fix, side, another. See what happens with that. So it took C3, C5, and C7 and put it over here. Well, that didn't finish the challenge, right? So let's take a look at the goal again then. The main branch would be checked in on this level. C3, C4, C7. Is that what I did? C3. Oh, I see what I did. All right, so let's do git reset. Or let's just do a reset. We want C3, C4, and C7. So let's do git cherry pick, bug fix. And then we're gonna do side with one of those and another. See what happens. There we go. We've got it. We've got it, folks. All right. So now it says Git interactive rebase. Git cherry pick is Git cherry pick is great when you know which commit you want and you know their corresponding hashes. It's hard to beat the simplicity it provides. But what about a situation where you don't know what commit you want? Thankfully, Git has you covered there as well. We can use interactive rebasing for this. It's the best way to review a series of commits you're about to rebase. So let's dive into the details. The interactive rebase means Git is using the rebase command with the -I option. If you include this option, Git will open up a UI and show you which commits are about to be copied below the target of the rebase. It also shows their commitment hashes and messages, which is great for getting a bearing on what's what. For real Git, the UI window means opening up a file in a text editor like Vim. For our purpose, I've built a small dialog window that behaves the same way. All right, so let's keep going. When the interactive rebase dialog opens, you have the ability. When the interactive dialog rebase dialog opens, you have the ability to do two things in our educational application. You can reorder commits simply by changing their order in the UI via dragging and dropping with the mouse. You can choose to keep all commits or drop specific ones. When the dialog opens, each commit is set to be included by the pick button next to it being active. To drop a commit, toggle off its pick button. It's worth mentioning that in real Git interactive rebase, you can do many more things like squashing, combining commits, amending commit messages, and even editing the commit themselves. For the purpose, though, we will focus on these two operations above. So let's see an example. So when you hit the button, the interactive rebase window will appear. Reorder some commits around, or feel free to unpick some and see the results. So Git rebase -I for interactive mode and then head. So now we should be able to drag them some way, omit this, confirm. When you hit the button, an interactive rebase window will appear. Reorder, okay, boom, Git copied down commits in the exact same way you specified in the UI. To finish this level, do an interactive rebase and achieve the order shown in the goal visualization. Remember, you can always undo or reset to fix mistakes. So, what's our goal? Only the main branch will be checked in this level. The other branches are simply for reference as dashed. As always, you can, all right, so we got that. So what do they want us to do? So they want over here to create a C2 and then have C3, C4, and then C5. So we're gonna do git rebase -I. What's going on here? Let's go to git rebase. So Leanne asks, are you doing a Git branching class? So this right here, it's not necessarily a class. It's more of like I mean, I guess it's kind of like a class, but it's kind of like a training thing where it's like you learning Git interactively. So it's a website, learngitbranching.js.org that's built, but it teaches you a lot of the concepts of Git branching and stuff. It's really good, like especially for the basics where you're doing Git merge, Git commit, Git checkout, Git pull, Git clone. But now getting into like the interactive rebase, that's a little bit more high level. Which like I'll tell you, I rarely ever use the rebase. And whenever I do, I have the same type of trouble. So it's a little confusing to get the rebase, and I don't think I've ever used cherry picking officially. So but yeah, so it's but it's like it's a must learn though for anything that you're doing in relation to code, whether you're doing automation, whether you're doing software development, whether you're doing anything in cybersecurity. If it involves code, it's going to be involving Git. So I want to see this again. So the command is git rebase dash I head. Okay, so if I do head 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so something should happen at okay, so when you do that, then you can choose. Okay, I think I see what we're doing here. But what I was saying earlier is I think that I do have a course in Udemy for Git that I got like I got enough of what I needed to do work, but I think I can get better with it. So I will, or not maybe, but we will at some point go through that course, maybe in the morning, maybe on Saturdays. I don't know, but we're gonna do it. So because like that's gonna be what you use the most, right? Because you're pulling in code, you're writing code, you're storing your code, you're pushing it for others can see. So I think that'll be a pretty good exercise for us to do. All right, so we're going to rebase and we're gonna do git rebase at that one, right, I, and then we're gonna say head, and then we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so now drag and drop to reorder. Let's do this here, that here, that here, and confirm. Oh, you know what? I wasn't even paying attention to what the diagram showed. So that's not gonna work. But so C3. Okay, cool. So let me reset it again. Not even paying attention. All right, so let's do now we got it. So git rebase I, and then we're gonna do head, and then we're gonna go 4. And see the problem is I can't see it. Lord. All right, so let's look at it over here then. So we need 3, 5, 4. So 3, drop 2, 3, and then we're gonna move this to middle. 3, 5, 4. Confirm. Awesome. I think we've got it. All right. Locally stacked commits. Here is let's see where we're at on the overall. Surprised I don't have a way to get back to the beginning. There we go. All right. So let's read this and we'll see how far we can get into this, right? The locally stacked commits. Here's a development situation. Happens often. I'm trying to track down a bug, but it is quite elusive. In order to aid in my detective work, I put a few debug commands in a few print statements. All of these debugging print statements are in their own commit. Finally, I track down the bug, fix it, and rejoice. The only problem is that I now need to get my bug fix back into the main branch. If I simply fast forward main, then main would get all of the debug statements, which is undesirable. There has to be another way. We need to tell Git to copy only one of the commits over. This is just like the levels earlier of moving work around. We can use the same commands, git rebase I, git cherry pick to achieve this goal. This is a later level, so we will leave it up to you to decide which command you want to use. But in order to complete the level, make sure main receives the commit that bug fix references. So main needs to receive what bug fix has. Oops. So can I click on this? Oh, come on. So main is here. We need to get bug fix to C4. We don't want to do C2, C3. So get checkout main, get cherry pick, bug fix. Ha! Look at that. We have got it. Always winning. All right. So you solved it into commands. Our solution uses 2. Okay. Would you like to? Let's move to it, but we don't have to do it. I think we're good for today, right? So let's just redo it quick so we can get ready for next Friday. Here's another situation that happens quite commonly. You have some changes, new image, and another set of changes captioned that are related. So they are stacked on top of each other in your repository. The tricky thing is that sometimes you need to make a small modification to an earlier commit. In this case, design wants us to change the dimensions of a new image slightly, even though that commit is way back in our history. All right, so we are going to leave it at that for today. We'll go back into that next week, and there goes our timer. So with that being said, thank you for Leanne and for Suki for showing up this morning in the chat. It was great to talk to you this early in the morning. Yeah, that is it for today. So before you go, if you are new to the channel, if you enjoy what you're seeing, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like the video, share the video. You can know every time we go live, you can support the channel. And as well, check out the Patreon. We have the Bug Bite episode coming out at noon Eastern time today. And then I will be live on Sunday, going back into the deep, muddy waters of Terraform to work on our VPCs, all that good stuff. So that's it, right? I hope you had a great time this morning. Happy that you guys are here early with me this Friday morning. Enjoy the weekend. Get some work done. There's no days off because we keep on working. We keep on winning. But with that being said, I am going to head out. I'm going to get to work. We have a lot of work to do. So we're going to get to it. And look out for everything that's coming out. But until next time, this is Tech Coach Ralph signing off in the AM.
I appreciate you.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts. Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again. Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.